From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College Television presents Game 2 of our NJCAA basketball doubleheader, with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming the Skipjacks from Chesapeake College. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown, and once again it's my pleasure to welcome back in my partner Marcus Rosano for Game 2 of our doubleheader. All set to go, partner?
You know, before everybody runs out and watches the NFL divisional playoffs, we have one more piece of business to take care of this afternoon.
Well, I hate to be redundant, Marcus, but just like in our first game, this second game of our doubleheader is really vital for Montgomery College. You and I sat here on Wednesday night, and we called the game against Hagerstown, and we saw Hagerstown come from behind in the final minutes to stun Montgomery College with a three-pointer at the buzzer. I mean, there you see it right there. It was a gut-wrenching loss for Montgomery College because with just a minute to go in the game, it looked like they had it in the bag. So what we're going to be watching closely for tonight is how do they handle that loss. Sure, it was a tough loss, but can they bounce back? Are they resilient? Do they have the kind of short memory that you need to come back from a devastating loss like that? You know, a loss like that against Hagerstown can make or break a team. You know, Montgomery has a choice here. Do they use this loss as motivation to work harder, to learn from their mistakes and improve? Or does a loss like this take the wind out of their sails and basically define their season? That's what we're going to be looking for today. I know both of us are going to be watching that closely.
You know, I wonder if they all went home and they looked in the mirror and they asked the question, who are we as a basketball team and as a basketball program? Are they the team that jumped out to a 14-point lead in the second half by using talent, hitting three-pointers, running up and down the court, showing effort on defense? Or are they the team that sort of relaxed, allowed Hagerstown to come back in the game, and blew an 8-point lead with 31 seconds left in the game? Who is going to show up today? And I'm looking at Andre Gaines and Timmy Christian. These are your two leaders, and it's their time to step up and say, hey, we're not going to let that happen again. We're going to turn the season around today.
Well, they're playing a Chesapeake team this year that has had a season full of tight losses. They've lost 8 games by 4 points or less, including 3 in overtime and another one at the buzzer. But their head coach, Joel Deering, he's a very upbeat guy. He feels like his team has learned from those losses. They have learned how to close out games now. So I'll tell you what, this is going to be an intriguing matchup between two teams that really need this win. And we are just about ready to get underway as we take a look at the Chesapeake bench over there. And we are just about ready to get underway. We're going to meet the starters for both of these teams. And we're going to meet the starters for the Chesapeake team first. As we hear the public address announcer, and we are ready to begin the introductions first for the visitors from Chesapeake. As Montgomery College 7-9 on the season, taking on Chesapeake 5-12 on the season. Chesapeake, of course, a Division II program in Maryland JUCO. Montgomery College, a Division III program. And leading off for the starters for Chesapeake, number 4, Quentin Duncan. He's a sophomore guard out of Norfolk, Virginia. Next up, number 11, Timothy McDaniel. He's a freshman forward out of Washington, D.C. Next up, number 12, Gregory Brandon. He is a freshman guard, and he is a recent addition to the Chesapeake team. Next up, number 14, Philip Smith. He is a freshman guard out of Federalsburg, Maryland. And finally, number 20, Romeo Jones. He's a freshman forward out of Richmond, Virginia.
And the head coach, as Michael said, of Hagerstown is not Hagerstown. I'm sorry, I'm going 3 days back. For Chesapeake is Joel Deering. He's in his 4th year as head coach, and his assistant is Alan Mitchell. He's also in his 4th season.
And now for the starters for Montgomery College at guard, freshman number 1, D'Angelo Vaughn from Henry A. Wise High School in Prince George's County. Next up, number 4, Tim Christian, sophomore forward out of Springbrook High School. Next up, number 5, Andre Gaines, another sophomore forward out of Quince Orchard High School. Next up, number 10, Sam Igioma, sophomore guard out of Suitland High School. And finally, a 6'5" freshman forward, number 42, Zach Curran from Pine Forest, Florida.
The Raptors assistant coaches are Anthony Washington, he's in his second year, and Lewis White in his first year. And the head coach of the Montgomery College Raptors is James Bryson in his third year.
All right, so the Raptors getting their final instructions from head coach James Bryson. I don't think I'll ever forget the look on his face at the end of the Hagerstown game. I'm sure he doesn't want to ever see that again.
And it's unfortunate because they came out in the second half of the Hagerstown game and really took control of a better basketball team. They were beating Hagerstown, and he was very animated. You and I talked about it, how he got up into the guys' faces before they went out in the second half, and it lit a fire under them. It did something to them, and they went out on a 14-point lead, and then we saw what happened in the last 5 minutes.
All right, we've got Zach Curran jumping center against number 20, Romeo Jones. And the tap goes to Chesapeake. And there's a steal right off the bat by Andre Gaines.
Looks like Sam Igioma's bringing the ball up as starting at point guard.
Devon misses. And
although Igioma and D'Angelo Vaughn sort of are interchangeable at the point as well.
Yeah, they will switch back and forth. They both handle the ball quite a bit. Okay, there's number 4, Quentin Duncan. He is the top scorer on Chesapeake's team. He gets it inside and Curran rebounds the miss by McNeil.
Straight man for MC.
There's Curran, dishes it off to Gaines, no good. Back out to Curran. Curran had an excellent game the other night.
He certainly did. He only averages 5 points a game, and he, I think, scored 14.
And there's Tim Christian off the mark. So both teams having trouble in the early going, finding the hoop. And there is a jump ball called by our official.
Nice play by Igioma. Found the ball and just kept a hand on it.
Possession arrow is in favor of Montgomery College, so they take over.
Hope that there's not a sort of hangover effect from that dejecting loss the other night.
Well, that's what we're going to be looking for. That was as tough a loss as you'll ever have as a basketball player. There's Christian from the corner, had a hand right in his face. Gaines with the rebound, no good. Curran battles, and Daly comes out. Duncan comes out with it. I'm thinking Quentin Daly from back in the, where did he play, DePaul?
I think so.
And there's number 12. He hits a 3. That's Gregory Brandon, brand new player on the Chesapeake roster. They just added him. On to Curran. Nice left-handed move there. Jack Curran.
He plays with a lot of energy. He's a blue-collar guy, does the little things, boxes out, hits the boards hard.
Plays some defense. There he goes on defense. Christian with a tough rebound and a battle for it. And they call a jump ball again. This time the possession arrow in favor of Chesapeake. Chesapeake in the green, Montgomery College in Raptor gray and purple.
That was a good call. Both hands on the ball.
Second game of our doubleheader. First game, Chesapeake won over Montgomery College.
Gaines is very active. Hasn't put a shot down yet, but he's been very active today.
And here's a turnover. There's Jones, tries to stuff it, but he is fouled by Tim Christian, who thought he got all ball.
Romeo Jones tried to make an early highlight for MCTV.
He sure did. He went up strong to the rack.
But Tim Christian is slight of build, but has an incredible length and has great leaping ability.
Long arms. Of course, he's coming back from 2 broken wrists that he suffered during preseason practice. And
doing what else but dunking.
Yes. And apparently circus dunking also.
Yep.
As our friend the Raptor creating quite the racket over there. Jones makes them both. And Chesapeake off to an early 5-2 lead. 17.5 minutes to go in the first half. Gioma to Vaughn and Gaines was stripped.
They're getting the ball to Gaines on the baseline. That's where he likes it, on that left side, because he's a lefty. He's just got to put the ball down.
Gioma gets it inbounds to Christian. There's Gioma from the corner, no good. Battle for the ball, and here comes Brandon.
I like that the referees are keeping the whistles in the pocket a little bit, letting some physical play happen, but it's still just basketball, you know. Let the kids play here today.
Well, yeah, it's refreshing after what we saw in the first game.
We saw some interesting refereeing, to say the least, in the first game of this doubleheader.
And there's Duncan.
Yeah, he's averaging 19 points a game, and that's not really the guy you want to leave open for a wide-open 3.
And he buried it. And there's a travel on Gioma.
Yeah,
turnover for Montgomery College. They call that quick first step a lot.
They'll call that every time.
Yep. It's almost an automatic.
Yeah, Quentin Duncan's averaging 19 points a game, 86% from the foul line.
Wow, that's some good shooting. There's number 12, Gregory Brandon. And he is...
what a nice addition.
Boy, I can see why Coach Deering was more than happy to add him. Montgomery College only 1 for 6 from the field in the early going, as they are, the lid is on top of that hoop. There's Christian from 2.
That's his favorite spot in the corner.
And he buries it. And that was clearly a 2, as it's 10-4 in the early going. Nice ball movement.
2-1-2 three-quarter court press.
Gioma pushes it up the floor. Both of these teams like an up-tempo style of play. There's Vaughn from the corner, and he gets it.
Nice ball movement. Sam Gioma sliced into the lane and saw his buddy D'Angelo Vaughn in the corner waiting for that lefty three-pointer.
Chesapeake breaks it. There's Jones. Strong move at the hoop.
He's got some ups, even though, and he is tall.
Tallest player on the team, and
no wonder he tried to dunk that over Tim Christian. I mean, wouldn't you if you could?
Oh yeah. I could dunk in my dreams, and that was about it.
You should see me on a Nerf hoop.
Yeah, when my kids were little, I could dunk on their little basket. Gaines, Christian. And
well, we got Tim Christian running point.
And Montgomery College in a setting up, that's a rarity. And they call a 3-second violation on Curran. Curran takes a seat, and in comes number 12, Jordan McCants. He's a sophomore out of Sherwood High School.
McCants is one of those glue guys, does the little things, plays some defense, pressures the ball.
Montgomery College already with 4 steals in the first 5 minutes of the ball game, or I'm sorry, 4 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Chesapeake 4 for 9. There's a turnover. McCants pushes it up the floor. And hello.
Nice spark, Jordan McCants.
Wow.
The steal and the layup.
And
that's a nice highlight for Jordan.
Oh, that's an acrobatic layup.
Jason Rogers-Paris enters the game, and he really played well the other day against Hagerstown.
He gave him some quality minutes.
One of those guys that's improving.
And their rebound slipped out of the hands of Tim Christian and right into the hands of number 11, Timothy McNeil, and he went right back up with it and was fouled. Here's McCants.
Kind of hung in the air.
Wow.
Split the defenders.
Hung in the air with the greatest of ease. And a foul shot, no good. 12-9.
McNeil's only, let's see, actually McNeil's shooting 84% from the line.
And his second is up, and he missed them both.
Wow.
That's not going to make Joel Deering very happy. Over on the sidelines. Longtime assistant coach at Prince George's Community College.
One of the most personable guys you'll ever want to talk to.
Oh, he's an entertaining guy. Had a lot of fun talking to him. He had me cracking up.
He reminded us that we should say very good things about him.
Well, I'm off to a good start then.
And so is Mr. Duncan. What a dish by Quentin Duncan. He scores 19 a game, and he just sliced through the lane and got an assist. Complete player.
And there's a foul. And that'll put Jordan McCants on the line. Jordan McCants coming in and making a quick impact.
Absolutely.
They're having a little trouble getting it in. There's Gaines.
You love energy off the bench.
There's Rogers Parrish short. That's not really his shot.
No.
He's a big body. He needs to be he needs to be in that low block on both ends of the court. And he's improved a lot since the beginning of the season.
You know, from the start of the season, we saw him just as a big body, a banger coming in. But in the game against Hagerstown the other night, you could just see what a couple of months has done for him. He really showed some flashes of being a solid inside player.
And nice little 8-foot jumper there by Rogers Paris.
If you can get the ball to him 6 feet out, I mean, that's a great play.
Yep.
At 6'8", he on that jump shot, he literally threw the ball down.
Well, he's got a coach who knows all about big men because he was one himself at Villanova. A nice rebound by Rogers Paris. Gets it ahead to Vaughn. Jumper, good.
I was about to say too quick on that shot, but he put it down. But it's a transition bucket. He got the defender on his heels, and he shot a 12-footer.
So Montgomery College on a nice little run here. Off the back iron, no good. Jones with the rebound. Out to Brandon. To Duncan. Whew. Wow.
That was an interesting shot from the baseline, just kind of an overhand hook shot.
He's got some weapons. Gaines, driving, dishes, Christian. Vaughn all by his lonesome, no good. And he taps it away on the potential fast break there by Brandon.
And great hands by our friend Brian O'Neill behind us for MCTV.
How about that? Brian O'Neill with the quick grab. You know
what, that just shows that he was a college football player at the University of Ohio.
Ohio University.
With that one-handed grab.
He's still got the hands. Still got the hands.
At Ohio University, you're right.
Yes,
I'm sorry. You're a Buckeye. You know that stuff.
I do. Well, I went there as well. I got my master's there.
So you're a Buckeye and a Bobcat.
I'm a Buckeye and a Bobcat, but a Buckeye at heart.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about the Orange Bowl.
That was a great game.
It was a great game. Unfortunately, we fumbled a punt, and that was the end of it. Wow. Got a lot of arc on that one. And hustle for that rebound, Philip Smith. Physical game. There's Duncan. He missed that one. And foul on Montgomery College as they pushed Philip Smith out of bounds. That's going to be on Vaughn.
I'm still impressed with the refereeing crew here. Like you just said, it's physical, but they let let the players play basketball.
And they're not letting anything egregious get by. They're just not calling the ticky-tacks. And frankly, that's the way it should be called. Let these players showcase their talents. You don't want to let the game get out of control. And once again, it's off a Montgomery College player, so Chesapeake with a nice long possession here.
Number 33, Monty Artis, is in the game. He looks like he can play defensive tackle.
Wow, he is that's a bulky. Here comes another muscular guy, number 5, Cameron Hall. So Joel Deering going to his bench. McCants is out for Montgomery College, and Curran back in. McCants had a nice little impact. And Rogers Paris is out, and Igioma back in. Blocked by Timmy Christian, and they're going to call a foul.
That was nice help defense by Tim Christian, but I think they got Zach with the body.
I believe they did.
Yep, because Tim had all ball. Zach got a little body early.
Tim Christian, for a small and slight guy, is right up there in blocks in Maryland JUCO. He's in the top 10, I believe. I'm going to double check my figures here.
Think about Tim. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's third in Maryland JUCO in blocks.
He doesn't need much space to get his leap up. You know, he kind of slides in between some bigger bodies.
And he's got a quick leap as well. Montgomery College running the set offense here. Whistle. And looks like it's going to be a holding foul on, I believe it was on 33.
Yeah, they called
Artis.
They called the offensive tackle with a hold.
He's trying to protect the quarterback's blind side. Gaines almost lost control, regained it.
Wow, Andre is getting some good looks, but they haven't gone down yet. That was a nice pass by D'Angelo Vaughn to get him the ball, swoop into the lane.
As we take a good look there at Gregory Brandon. That was, Andre Gaines is the leading scorer on the Raptors, averaging 17.5 points a game. And he's looking for his first hoop. And number 33, Monty Artis, with a nice soft touch.
That'll work for the big guy.
Christian.
You know, this is a team, Chesapeake, that only lost to Howard 79-77, and we know Howard is one of the best teams in Maryland JUCO.
And there's Long with another one from the corner. This time it's a 3.
I think D'Angelo likes that corner as well.
Oh, he seems very comfortable there. He and Tim Christian both like to shoot from the corner. Oh, there's a steal. Ahead to Igioma, all by his lonesome.
Nice look ahead by D'Angelo Vaughn, with Igioma breaking out in transition.
Sam Igioma played at Chesapeake last year and transferred. So he played for Joel Deering last year.
So they know him well.
And there's a foul. Curran picks up another one. So that's his second. And that'll put number 14, Philip Smith, on the line. And Smith just coming back from an ankle injury. He missed about a month of the season with an ankle injury. Coach Deering told me this kid can score. Also play a little bit of point guard. And he's a freshman. There's only one sophomore on this Chesapeake team, and that is Duncan. So another young Chesapeake.
They're going to be something to contend with next year. Obviously, the women's team is.
Boy, that's for sure.
16-0 with all freshmen.
That's something. There's Christian off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, lost it. Gaines can't get that one to go. Missed 2. Boy, that's very surprising because he's a finisher.
He is, and he had 2 great looks right there.
And then number 11, Timothy McNeil, just comes right down and scores. That was a tough little segment there for Montgomery College to miss two and then give up an easy one.
Ooh,
the other end.
Joel Deering doesn't like that call. They wanted Zach Curran to get the over-the-back call, and they actually gave Zach the jump ball call.
Ooh. Yeah.
I probably would have blown it over the back. I think I'm with Joel Deering on that one.
Yeah, I think he's got a pretty good point.
But Zach gets awarded with effort like that.
Yep.
And he always does.
2-3 zone for Chesapeake. Christian. Agioma.
Trying to get Rogers Paris down low.
And battle for the ball and a push. Call a pushing foul on Sam Agioma, who helps up Quentin Duncan. Nice sportsmanship there. Sam's going to take a seat as Jordan McCants comes back into the game.
Assistant coach for MC, Anthony Washington, actually played for Joel Deering at Prince George's Community College. Maryland JUCO, it just seems like everybody sort of has a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of an all-in-the-family feel.
Yeah, it is. I said that to Joel Deering. I said it's going to be like old home week for you. He said, oh, yeah, we all know each other. As Vaughn misses and Monty Artis comes down with it. Cameron Hall. 14 there, Philip Smith. There's Hall from the wing. Long three. 26-18.
I want to know what he's shooting from three because that looked like a beautiful form. I mean, he looks like he can knock those down.
Well, he's hitting about 35% from three.
Not bad. Wow.
74 from the line. Vaughn. Talk about another guy that can hit the three.
You know, D'Angelo Vaughn's three-pointers are keeping this one at a 5-point deficit here.
Oh, yeah. He's been the difference maker right now for Montgomery College. Oh. Off the glass.
And Timothy McNeil did not call it.
No, he didn't call it, but they're going to give him credit for it anyway. Yep. Curran. Out to Vaughn. Christian. Down the lane. And he gets bagged.
That's what I'd like to see Tim Christian do a little bit more. He's long and lean, Scottie Pippen-esque, and just to kind of go with the up fake and then take it in between defenders because he can do that. He can get between guys with his build, but he can also get over guys being 6'5" and having a nice long reach.
Vaughn with 11 points and 3 assists already, so he's off to a great start. Christian makes the first. And Romeo Jones back in for Chesapeake. Christian with 4 points and 4 rebounds already for Montgomery College. As Artis goes up, and he was fouled before the shot.
I thought we were going to get a big collision between him and Jason Rogers Paris here, but he sort of tried to slide his way past Jason instead of going head up on him.
So Artis, Oxon Hill High School, and he makes his first. He's a 63% foul shooter.
And they play some basketball on Oxon Hill.
This is the second. McCants with the rebound, and he pushes it down the floor. They get into their offense. Rogers Paris to Curran.
Jason, I wanted him to shoot that.
Curran misses from 3. That's not really his shot. Duncan got off to a great start. Artis with that quick first travel step. I'd like a nickel for every time that gets called in a doubleheader. I could retire. As McCants walks up the floor.
Jordan McCann's playing the point guard with D'Angelo Vaughn and the hot hand playing the 2 guard now.
There's Rogers Paris and another bucket from Vaughn.
It looks like Jason Rogers Paris can do that every time down the court.
I tell you, he's starting to impress us.
Get him the ball in that soft spot in the zone. Turn and shoot. And if they come at you, you dump the ball down.
Here's a glaring early stat. Montgomery College with 8 assists to just 2 for Chesapeake as Monty Artis banks one in.
Wow, the glass is kind to the Skipjacks.
Yes, I would do a, what's that guy, Bill Rafferty, but I can't stand that guy, so I'm not going to do a Bill Rafferty. I'm not going to do the kiss off the glass.
The kiss. There it is. I actually don't mind Bill Rafferty.
I don't.
Sorry.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
And then, when a team comes out in a particular defense, Mr. Rafferty will say that they're coming out in minute.
Oh, McCann's with a steal, and oh boy, it's getting crazy. Now that time, Gaines made sure.
He's going to put that down. Little frustration dunk.
Yep, he buried that one.
Because there has been a cap on the hoop for him.
Jones and number 33, Monty Artis, and he's fouled by Gaines.
Actually, I think they got Jason Rogers Paris with the jump ball call.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think he had all ball on that.
There's the slam home
shot
for Gaines. Artis double teamed. Paris, nice outlet pass to Vaughn.
The one-man fast break.
And he made it. It was 3 against 1 there, but Vaughn said, oh, that's all right, I'll make it.
He does have a nice short-range game, and that's a lost art at the college basketball level, I have to say.
A little pressure there at midcourt by Montgomery College. Tim Christian actually kicked the ball as it was being passed, so Chesapeake will retain possession.
It seems that the three-point line and the dunk have sort of destroyed the mid-range game, but there's some players that have lived off the mid-range game, and one of my favorites was Richard Hamilton. He could really fill it up in between the rim and the three-point line.
Yeah, you hear a lot about the vanishing mid-range jumper, and I think there's some truth to that.
It's not pretty. It doesn't make all the highlights, and it doesn't get the girls to look at you when you're hanging off the rim, and but it counts for 2 points.
It sure does, and helps win a lot of games. As Chesapeake retains possession there. Number 5, Cameron Hall, came out with it, and Chesapeake slowing it down a little bit. And that's got to be a travel. And it is.
Nice cutoff defense by Jason Rogers Paris, where he was able to get the travel call before he picked up the foul.
Turnovers are about even. 7 for Chesapeake, 6 for Montgomery College. There's Christian. Missed it. Tap, no good. Tap, no good.
Boy, Andre cannot wait to get to the other basket in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that basket down there. Here's Vaughn.
Not
he got
today,
the rebound, pushes it to Christian. And what's the call? Blocking call on Artis.
You know, they got him for sort of shifting his weight into him. His feet might be down, but you could still move your body.
Right. So there's a timeout on the floor with 2:57 to go in the first half. And, you know, Marcus, we live in a social media world, and one of the best ways to stay on top of what's happening with MC Athletics is to check out the new MC Athletics and Raptors on Facebook. Facebook.com/the Raptors MC. All you got to do is go there. You're going to find out lots of great information and like us, right, Marcus?
That's all you got to do. Like us on Facebook, and I'm actually going to Facebook right now. You can, if you're watching this game right now, you know that your computer's up, you know that you have your phone in your hand. Go to our Facebook page, like us, and then you're going to get all kinds of updates. You're going to, we're not going to populate your page too much, but you're going to get some pop-ups. There's going to be all kinds of things. There's going to be updates for games. There could be even things from our Facebook page from the weather. There's a lot of stuff that's very, very now, which is very important. And I'm going to find out how many likes we actually have, and I think we're above 10,000 now.
All right, Marcus is checking.
Yes, I am. Oh, there's our beautiful campus, the back of the Science Center. And for the Montgomery College page has, hey, Scott, if you're in back there, give me some help on this. How many likes does our Facebook page have? We have, I got it. 16,215 people were here, and we have 8,778 likes right now.
Well, those other 8,000 people need to get back on there and like us.
And then hit like. It doesn't take too long to hit like.
No, it's even I can do it. And I'm from the Stone Age. I went to school with Barney Rubble. As Tim Christian hits the first one.
Well, at least you know what a rotary phone is.
I do. Give me Klondike 515 as Tim Christian hits them both.
It's a nice competitive game we have here today.
32-31, and it's a pretty clean game in terms of turnovers. Each team with, Chesapeake with 7, MC with 6. And for the pace of this game, that's a good number. That's a low number. Both coaches have got to be happy with that. Rogers Paris with a nice outlet to Vaughn. There's Igioma. Oh, nice look to Gaines from Tim Christian.
Very nice look. Andre Gaines was waiting on the other side of the basket. Usually he's parking himself on the left side because he's a lefty, but nice look from Timmy Christian.
Montgomery College ahead for the first time in the ball game, if I'm not mistaken. 33-32. 2:12 to go in the first half. There's Christian in his favorite spot, and he gets it for
Big
3.
Shot, and D'Angelo Vaughn knew exactly where he was going to be in transition, and that's parking himself in the corner for that wide open three-pointer.
Christian with 9 points and 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So he's having a nice game. It's been the Vaughn and Christian show so far. Igioma.
Nice to see they brought it back out, collected themselves. A lot of times we've seen this team this year force things on the break when they're not there. Just some patience needs to be shown. As we can say that easily as, with the Hagerstown game, in our rearview mirror.
Boy, fresh in our rearview mirror. There's Christian, puts it up, no good. Gaines follow, and he's fouled.
They worked for a nice shot. Tim Christian slashing on the baseline.
That is one of the few times this year that I've seen the Raptors men's team work the shot clock down to single digits.
And as we had our fans and cheerleaders behind us counting it down.
And Andre Gaines.
Yeah, and this is where you were talking about earlier today about Andre struggling from the foul line.
This is his Achilles heel as an offensive player. He's hitting just 41% from the line. It's mystifying to me for a guy that hits 46%, almost 47% from 2.
And as big and strong as he is, foul shooting is a very important part of his game.
Yeah, because he's going to go to the line a lot. He is an active offensive player, and he's very active around the basket. So he's going to go to the line a lot. But the Raptors with a 5-point lead now.
This press here has really given them a little trouble.
Yeah, they've had trouble working it as Romeo Jones goes up and he's fouled.
Romeo Jones likes to play above the rim.
He's fouled by Curran. I believe that's the third on Zach Curran, and that would be a problem for Montgomery College if he they certainly want to get him out of here for the last 50 seconds of the half, I would think. Definitely don't want him picking up his fourth.
No, he's an active big body that you need.
And we see Rogers Paris over there ready to check in. And he does come in.
Romeo Jones is a 70% foul shooter this season.
And we can't help but notice Romeo Jones's socks.
I was just looking at that, Michael.
I think those are basketball players on those socks. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure that one of our ace camera guys will give us a look at Romeo Jones, number 20's socks the next time they get a chance, because they are nothing short of awesome. But then again, Quentin Duncan has quite the stylish pair on as well. I'm not sure what's going on with those. A lot of banging under the boards. They're letting them play. I like it. Gaines with the steal as.
And we'll see if D'Angelo will pull it back out and settle for one shot.
And that looks like what they're going to do. So we're hoping they did learn some lessons from the other night. And it looks like, at least here in the first half, we're seeing some of that. And Vaughn misses a shot at the buzzer. So at the end of the first half, Montgomery College on top, 37-32. They trailed most of the first half, but put on a nice run at the end of the first half to take a 5-point lead. And Marcus and I will be right back with a quick look at the stats and some thoughts about the first half after this quick break.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Inspirational.
Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excellent.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity.
Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible. Excellent.
Awesome.
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 And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We're at halftime of game number 2 of our doubleheader, and the Montgomery College Raptors are holding a 37-32 lead. And Marcus, interesting first half. Chesapeake jumped out to a quick early lead, but Montgomery College kind of caught the wave and came back to take the lead going into the locker room at the half.
You know, they played a smart game of basketball in the first half. First of all, they didn't get down emotionally, mentally when they were trailing by, I think, 5 or 6 points, maybe even 7 points there. But they played defense. D'Angelo Vaughn hit a few three-pointers, but they played under control. They got into their offense, and, you know, we've seen it repeatedly where they can just get up and down in a hectic sort of helter-skelter pace, but they seem to be in control today, and they played defense, and I think that's a huge key for this team all year.
Well, and one of the indicators of that is the relatively low number of turnovers for the Raptors in the first half. I believe I'm turning to my our stats guy, Evan Brown. They have just 6 turnovers. So at the pace that they play, That is a good number. They should be happy with that. James Bryson should be happy with that at the halftime.
That's important. And another thing that I noticed was they were getting Jason Rogers-Paris involved, getting him some looks in the lane where he turned around and shot maybe a 13 or 14-foot jumper. And again, those are half-court things. That to be a complete basketball team, you can't just run up and down the court, and use your transition game, because you're not going to win every game in transition, because other teams like to run too. This is Maryland JUCO, as you know. But to get those types of looks for Jason Rogers-Paris in the paint, that's good. And you have D'Angelo Vaughn and you have Tim Christian opening up in the corner for three-pointers. Andre Gaines is going to start putting those balls in the basket that were coming out in the second half once he switches to the other basket over here. So things are going to come together in the second half, but they got a 5-point lead. And we can't really make any predictions, because you and I got in trouble for that against Hagerstown the other night. But they look like they have an identity today, and that's what I was interested in seeing.
A couple other interesting stats from the first half. Steals, Montgomery College 7, Chesapeake 2.
And they went press too. They came up in some three-quarter court, and then they came up in the in a half-court man-to-man, and it was having Chesapeake was having trouble getting into their offense. So that's a big deal right now to show that Montgomery College can press. And I don't see a real solid point presence for Chesapeake, and I think that's probably what James Bryson saw as well.
Yep. So we are at halftime. Montgomery College holding a 5-point lead, 37-32. Marcus and I will be right back with another look at first half stats and the start of the second half after this break. You're watching Montgomery College television you're watching Montgomery College basketball on Montgomery College television.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Inspirational.
Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excelling.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity.
Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible. Excellent.
Awesome.
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 It's a bird of prey.
Why a bird?
A raptor is a bird of prey. So that's going to be a bird that is a carnivore that hunts other animals.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some general characteristics of raptors are very sharp hooked beaks in order to tear and eat the meat of their prey, and also very sharp, very strong talons to allow them to capture their prey.
Okay, well, I think that's fierce then. I think that's good.
It's definitely a little bit intimidating, and I feel like we want to intimidate our opponents, and I think it definitely shows a little bit of the spirit of Montgomery College, because birds of prey are like sort of at the top of the food chain for birds, and hey, I feel like Montgomery College is at the top of the food chain.
Can I do a raptor noise? I would fail. No. I don't know.
That's what the sound would be like. It's a very intimidating sound. Seriously.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Woo!
In 1946, Montgomery Junior College opened its doors. offering classes in the basement of Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. The college only offered night classes initially, and as a result, the athletics program became known as the Knights. There was a lack of funding for athletics uniforms when the college opened, so the football team's gear consisted of hand-me-downs donated by the Washington Redskins. Frank Rubini, a faculty member known to all as Rude, is credited with organizing the fledgling athletics department, and his football team was a standout in the early years. Led by stars like lineman Ted Lineski, the Knights had back-to-back undefeated seasons in 1953 and 54, and made their first bowl appearance on Thanksgiving Day, 1954. When the Rockville campus opened in 1965, the Knights moved to the new campus, and for the first time, the football team had a home field on campus. The Tacoma Park campus then adopted the nickname Falcons and adopted a blue and gold color scheme. With the opening of the Germantown campus in the 1970s, a third team was born, the Griffins. For years, Montgomery College continued to field teams at all three campuses, cultivating a rich athletic history, including numerous bowl games, state and regional championships, junior college World Series appearances, and countless honors for student athletes. These teams were led by legendary coaches like Phil Martin, Tom Bickey, and Kelly Wakeman. MC has won national championships in golf and tennis, and in 2011, women's soccer beat Monroe to claim the national title. In 2012, the athletic program was consolidated and a one-college approach was adopted. Athletes don't play for a single campus anymore, they play for Montgomery College. The Knights, Griffins, and Falcons may have been succeeded by the Raptors, but their place in Montgomery College sports history is indelible and will always be revered.
I'm Felipe Galazzo. I'm a graphic design student. I've been at MC for 2 years, and now I've transferred to MICA. So I was born in Uruguay, and I've been moving around a lot around the world. Well, I moved to DC about 2 years ago, and I started looking up colleges because I didn't know anything around here, and I think Montgomery College had one of the best graphic design programs and facilities. My graphic design class, Valerie Burkhart, gave it out as an optional assignment, and I thought it'd be an awesome opportunity to. I've always wanted to do a sports-styled illustration, so it was a great opportunity to do that. I weighed the pros and cons of every velociraptors against every type of bird of prey. I discarded the velociraptor because there was already a Raptors basketball team. I weighed the pros and cons of every bird, and I kind of put all the pros together and started sketching from that, trying to get all the positive things into one focused idea, I guess. I guess the aggressiveness and intellect, they're all very smart animals. I think that's something that can relate to MC students, and they're also very international, I guess, so kind of like the school spirit here at MC. I think everything that I initially wanted to get in there, all the fierceness, the intelligence, the speed, it all got in there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this design was when I was getting pretty close to the end, the final process. We wanted to have the raptor going down towards its prey, like ready to grab it, pick it up. The tail was pointing down Like, it's not usual, but it kind of gave it a more fierce, unique look, and that sort of led to this, which was the final sketch, I guess, which it embodies like all the same qualities, and it's just a little bit more refined. It's an honor, really. I hope I can come back in like 10 years and still see it around, and even after that. So.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. As we are just about at the end of our halftime here, Montgomery College on top, as you can see, 37-32. We got a couple of more stats from the first half. Leading scorers for Montgomery College, D'Angelo Vaughn with 13, Tim Christian with 9.
Yeah, nice game for D'Angelo Vaughn, and 5 assists as well. And it's interesting because he's not the pure point guard. You know, you would think that he is because he's, you know, he sort of looks like the prototypical point guard. He's probably got the best handle on the team, but he's also a good scorer. So almost like the women's team, where you had Jabria Smith is sort of being moved to the 2 guard because she's such a good scorer. It's almost the same way that the men's team is having to do that. But Igioma plays a little point guard, and then Jordan McCants came off the bench, and he really had a nice spark for the Raptors, and that allows D'Angelo Vaughn, being the good scorer that he is, to get open looks from the outside instead of having to worry about get them into the offense.
Leading scorers for Chesapeake at this point are Gregory Brandon, the new addition to the team. He's got 7. And Quentin Duncan, who got off to a great start but then really cooled off, he's got 5.
That's big, and that's another part of the defense we were talking about. This is a guy that averages 19 points a game, and they held him to 5.
From 3, Montgomery College 4 for 14, Chesapeake 4 for 13, so that's a push. Rebounds are even at 18 apiece. The big difference is Montgomery College with 11 assists to just 3 for Chesapeake. And Montgomery College with 7 steals to just 2 for Chesapeake.
And this is a Chesapeake team that averages 82 a game.
And Tim Christian comes out firing. There's Igioma, puts it up, no good. And a rebound to Chesapeake, number 14, Philip Smith.
A lot of missed easy shots for the Raptors today. This should be a little bit more than a 37-32 game.
It sure should be. Andre Gaines had a frustrating first half.
He really did.
As he picks off a steal and goes to the basket, and that goes in.
That's a nice move to the lane. Andre Gaines all the way.
Let's see if we can set these lineups for you. Number 14, Philip Smith. Number 12, Gregory Brandon. Number 20, Romeo Jones. Number 4, Quentin Duncan. And who am I missing out there? Number 11, Timothy McNeil. So the same starters for Chesapeake as Romeo Jones scores. Same starters for Montgomery, with the exception of Jason Rogers-Paris. He's in there at the start of the second half. And I'm sure that's because Zach Kern has the 3 fouls.
And nice move by Tim Christian. He does a lot of good work on the baseline.
He sure does.
That was a little up and under off the glass.
Montgomery College extends their lead. So it's Christian, Gaines, Rogers-Paris, Vaughn, and Igioma back out there for Montgomery College to start the second half. And there's an offensive foul, which is essentially a turnover. And the other thing that impressed me about Montgomery College is they slowed it down a little bit in the first half. They got themselves under control.
And that's something that you and I have been looking at each other all year. You know, when do you take the foot off the gas?
Oh, nice look by Igioma, but Gaines could not convert. Brandon no good. And Rogers Paris with the rebound. Gaines ahead to Vaughn. Boy, nifty move.
Nice move. Going back to his left hand. Go back to his strong hand. Nice move and a nice look from Andre Gaines.
Very unselfish as well.
I tell you one person who isn't going to give us a thumbs up on our YouTube page, and that's Andre Gaines. He's not going to watch this. He's missed too many easy shots. Maybe he still has 17 minutes and 37 seconds to get himself some highlights.
Well, and you know, he had a similar game against Hagerstown. He started very slowly in the first half, and then he came on strong in the second half. So, you know, it could be just one of those starts for him. He's played every minute of the game so far.
And there's a long way to go.
Ooh, nice block there, down low. Here comes Vaughn. Boy, he is quick.
They don't have an answer right now for D'Angelo Vaughn. I mean, he's the quickest player on the court right now, and it's not close.
45-34. Montgomery College has extended their lead to 11, and there is a timeout on the floor. And while we have this pause, we want to remind you that this game and many others are also available for viewing on the Montgomery College Raptors YouTube channel. Just visit youtube.com/TheRaptorsMC, and there you're going to find a link to this game, plus past basketball, baseball, soccer, volleyball games, plus past episodes of the Raptor Report. Once again, that's youtube.com/TheRaptorsMC.
And we've already got almost 100 views of our Hagerstown men and Montgomery College men game the other night, in which Victor Blakey Jr. made one of the shots of a lifetime as Hagerstown finished the improbable comeback upset, of the Raptors in their own gym. And I know that they actually used that clip on Hagerstown television, up the NBC affiliate up there. Our producer Scott Youngblood was kind enough to send that to them, and it was a heck of a shot. Now, sure, the Raptors didn't come out on top, but it was a memorable shot. And if you want to watch those games, you want to watch that game, you want to see that incredible shot, you want to see Victor Blakey scoring 38 points and single-handedly taking a game from the Raptors, go to our YouTube page and you can see that.
There's lots of great sports content on our YouTube page, so.
And subscribe to be a YouTube. If you subscribe to our page, then you can watch everything. There's more than just sports. That's another thing.
That's true.
This is an institute of higher education. I mean, Michael and I get all caught up in the basketball aspect of it, but there is everything under the sun when it relates to Montgomery College.
So we're back on action. Montgomery College came right out of the chute here in the second half. They're on an 8-2 run to get things going. There's Duncan. Boy, he almost traveled. There's Brandon, and he's made I'm sorry, that was Philip Smith.
That was a nice move, getting in between the defenders. They really needed a bucket right there.
They did, to stem the bleeding, as D'Angelo Vaughn and Tim Christian show. There's Gaines.
Nice look by Igioma, finding Gaines in his favorite spot, left side of the basket, right under the basket, and he wasn't going to miss that one.
No. And believe me, that's the kind of shot that can get a guy like Gaines going. He is a scorer. And Duncan misses.
They really need Duncan to turn it on. If they're going to hang around in this game, he's your leading scorer, and he's not having a good game today.
Like I said, he came right out of the box, scored 5-6 quick points, and then was unheard of basically for the rest of the half.
I like the patience for the Raptors again.
Igioma, and that's a travel.
Nice thought. He penetrated the zone.
Sam Igioma, who, of course, as we said in the first half, played last year at Chesapeake and transferred to Montgomery College. So it's a bit of a reunion for Sam. 12 turnovers for Chesapeake, 7 for Montgomery College. And that number is going to start to tell the tale. 47-36, 15:48 to go in our game. Doubleheader basketball here at Montgomery College today. Long three off the mark. Igioma muscles out the rebound and pushes it up the floor.
Wow, that was an athletic rebound for Igioma.
And there's a whistle. And that's a foul on Sam Igioma, offensive foul. So two times down the court, he's had a rough time. Smith against Vaughn.
The Raptors went man-to-man, and it's really worked. They just Chesapeake just hasn't gotten a good flow in the half court.
Right. Good move to that defense. Here's Jones on Rogers Paris. And the Raptors are playing it well. Here's a screen. Hall, no good.
And that was an excellent contested shot. I mean, Tim Christian helped on defense, and then he ran out and contested the three-point shot. And when you're 6'5" with that kind of reach, that's a contested shot.
And that foul was on Tim McNeil. Neither team in the bonus yet. 3 team fouls on Montgomery College, just 2 on Chesapeake. And I've been impressed with this officiating crew.
I have too.
In this game.
Absolutely.
They're doing a real good job. There's Gaines.
Nice look from the big man. That's a 6'8" kid getting the ball in the corner and finding your streaking 6'5" guy down the lane. Very nice, Jason Rogers Paris.
Nicely done. And as I said, we continue to be impressed with the way he is playing.
I don't even know if Coach Bryson has a most improved award, but from my eyes, it's Jason Rogers Paris.
Boy, he is improved by leaps and bounds. And he got very few minutes in the first part of the season. He would start the game, play a few minutes, and then you might see him again in the second half. So he wasn't getting a lot of playing time.
And he looks in better shape too.
Yes,
he really
does. He looks in better shape. He's trimmer.
He does. He's really starting to thin out.
So that's 3 fouls on number 1, Vaughn.
D'Angelo has 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a guy you do not want to get into foul trouble. He has really been leading the charge for Montgomery College. He was their leading scorer at halftime with 13.
Jordan McCants, if D'Angelo, gets a breather here, Jordan McCants is going to be an important player.
As Tim Christian hits it from 3. So Montgomery College builds their lead up to 14, 52-48.
There's a missing spark from the Skipjacks right now. I just don't see the life or the urgency.
No, they started out like a house of fire and have really kind of cooled off and haven't been able to, I think you're right, reignite that spark.
But I also think defensive intensity for the Raptors has really played a part in that.
Hall, is there another great example of the defensive intensity. Here's Vaughn all the way, left hand up and under.
He goes to his strong side, uses his body, uses the rim as a help defender, and then you go under the basket. Beautiful play by D'Angelo Vaughn.
19 points, leading scorer in the game, plus 5 assists. There's Christian slicing to the basket and almost taking out our camera guy, Corey Wallace, at the same time.
Tim got fouled and he fouled Corey.
And Corey didn't move a muscle. I mean, he's just in there. He's solid. 16 for Christian. So it's the Vaughn and Christian show.
Speaking of shows, we've seen this show before. We saw it against Hagerstown. And I know it's too early to say take your foot off the gas, but it's never too early to play smart.
That's right. It's never too early to work the clock a little I mean, you're down to 12:53. You're getting down to the point where Chesapeake's going to have to get going. Vaughn, there's Rogers Paris cleaning it up. Jason Rogers Paris with his best game of the year, at least of the games I've seen. I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, he looks really good. He looks quick off his feet too. Something we didn't see, when we first came out here this year.
I think that goes to the conditioning.
I think you're right.
And boy, Duncan finally stops the bleeding with a three from the corner.
If there's anybody in the gym that needed a shot, it's Quentin Duncan.
Boy, that's for sure. As they've scored just 8 points here in the second half.
They're going to have to turn up the defense a little bit.
18 to 8 for Montgomery College in the second half.
I felt something on the back of my neck, Michael, and I turned around and it was our Raptor.
It's the Raptor. Well, I'll tell you, we're talking social media and ways to stay in touch with what's going on with Montgomery College, and another great way is the brand new athletics website that MC has put together. There you see it right there. It's a beautiful website. All you have to do is go to montgomerycollege.edu/Raptors, or you can also go to the montgomerycollege.edu homepage and click on athletics at the top of the page. So it's one click and you're there. You'll find the rosters for all the MC teams, team and individual photos, game schedules, contact information for each coach, and so much more. Plus video of the Raptor report, highlights, that type of thing. So visit montgomerycollege.edu/Raptors for information on each of the NJCAA sports that MC competes in.
And that is a nice looking webpage. You have our new logo there. You could see our new Raptor. You could see our new typeset. It's just fantastic.
So we're looking at some of the stats here as we get a good look there of the Montgomery College bench. Turnovers, 12 for Chesapeake, 9 for Montgomery College. Assists, that's a huge
That's a
difference.
big number.
14-4 in favor of Montgomery College. Steals, 8-2 in favor of Montgomery College. Threes are about even, 5 for 16 for MC, 4 for 15 for Chesapeake.
I like the assist numbers, 14 assists. And that's, I'm going to go back to the defensive pressure that MC is putting on. And even in the half court, they've been playing good defense. They're hitting the boards. They're getting the outlet passes. And then they're getting streaking guys down the court like D'Angelo Vaughn, and there's your assist. I think it all starts with defense.
It truly does. And they are playing much better defense today than pretty much any time I've seen them this year. Christian from the corner, and he hits it.
And that is excellent ball movement. If Coach Bryson wants to go to our YouTube and watch it at about 11:40 left in the second half, he's going to see excellent ball movement, and it ends right where you want it, corner jumper Timmy Christian.
And Evan Brown, our statistician, just handed us another great stat. Defensive rebounds, MC 19-12. And there's a tie-up. Possession arrow is in favor of Montgomery College. They did not call. I'm not quite sure what happened there because the possession arrow was in favor of Montgomery College, so I may have missed something. Anyway, back to action.
Ooh, wow.
And that counted. Number 11, Timothy McNeil, and he'll go to the line with a chance for the three-point play. He's fouled by Andre Gaines.
Look at the little fall away. Accepting the foul and fall back and nothing but net.
And he misses the bonus shot.
Yeah, you got to get the freebie.
Particularly when you're down by 20. You need those freebies.
So there's 24 seconds on the clock, on the shot clock.
Yeah, let's see how they work it.
I mean, I don't.
There's Gaines. And he loses the handle, but it's knocked out by Chesapeake.
So now you're down to 14, and it's good. I was afraid that Andre was going to actually take that three.
I thought he was
and
too.
And that's what we got into against Hagerstown when they were trying to nurse the lead. But then again, they weren't nursing the lead. That's the shot.
If Gaines had taken that shot, the next words out of my mouth would have been, that's not his shot. Because it's not. He's more of a mid-range and in guy. And there's nothing wrong with that not being his shot. It's Timmy Christian's shot. It's D'Angelo Vaughn's shot.
So unless you have a wide open look, I mean, there should be single digits on that shot clock before your MC is shooting.
If they can do that, they should win this game with a 20-point lead. And the Raptor paying a visit up there in the crowd. $10:23 to go. And this is number 12, Gregory Brandon, on the line. He misses the first shot. 16 fouls on the Raptors, 3 for Chesapeake, with 10:23 to go in the second half. Jordan McCants checks in for Sam Igioma. We see the Raptor up there in the crowd. He's having a ball, chasing people around.
He's chasing the victorious Chesapeake women's team.
He wants to get revenge.
He's not even getting a hug from her. I think she's afraid of him. He's very nice.
There's Duncan. Misses again. And Vaughn with a hustle rebound ahead to Gaines. And there we get another Andre Gaines two-handed slam.
Nice save and pass from D'Angelo Vaughan.
Very heady play. There's Jones trying to pull an Andre Gaines. He doesn't do it, but number 11, Timothy McNeil, cleans it up.
Zach Curran caught an elbow right in the eye. Man. All right, let's watch clock. You're gonna force Chesapeake to come out and play you.
And
they got Zach for 3 seconds.
So 3 seconds on Zach Curran.
I thought they let that go if he was making his move, but Quentin Duncan is really trying to take over here. And at the looks of it, he's probably the only one who has shown a propensity to create his own shot, and that's what he just did. They don't have a dynamic slasher. They don't have a dynamic ball handler, and I think Quentin Duncan is your answer.
He's at the line. 18-point lead for Montgomery College. Rogers Paris comes back in for Curran. Curran unhappy with himself over that 3-second violation. And Duncan makes both foul shots, and we've got another timeout on the floor, this one called by Chesapeake. With 9:14 to go, Montgomery College holding on to a 17-point lead as we see Joel Deering and his troops. So D'Angelo Vaughan right now is got to be the star of the game for Montgomery College.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. His outside shot has been fantastic. He's hit a few three-pointers from that corner, and he's been the fastest player on the court with, getting out in transition and really converting as well.
As the Raptor having some fun with us as well. It's right now, it is the Vaughn Christian show. They are 1A and 1B.
It was a 22-point game at one point, and now it's 64-47. So MC's not out of the water yet.
No, they're not. As we know well, nice look from Vaughn to Rogers Paris for the easy bucket.
They came out of the timeout trying to press, and they got the ball to the middle of the floor with D'Angelo Vaughan, and that's the best place to get the ball when somebody's trying to press you. The middle of the floor, he took it all the way, and he had Jason Rogers Paris waiting for the layup.
Well, that was a big-time rebound there for Timmy Christian. Boy, he got way up. Ooh.
Oops.
Boy, Rogers Paris lucked out there. There's Vaughn from the corner short. Rebound to Jones. And there's a little more sense of urgency here for Chesapeake.
Yes, there is.
Duncan cuts the lead to 17 as they are pressing. Igioma breaks it. There's Christian. Now let's see if they work the clock. No, they don't. As Rogers Paris shoots short.
Timmy Christian had the idea, and he pulled it out, but Jason Rogers Paris got a good look.
Duncan from 3, in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound, and number 11, Timothy McNeil, comes out there with it. There's Duncan, puts it up, and good, and he's fouled. And he will go to the line with an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Well, the best lesson for this Raptors team right now is to just remember what happened Wednesday night.
Duncan has awakened from his slumber and has 13 points.
Well, he's the most dynamic player on the team, so he's going to have to be forcing this issue.
So the lead is down to 14. It was 20. Actually, it was 22 points at one point.
It was a 22-point game. And now they're going to be forced to foul. 7:55 left, and they're going to be pressing full court, and that's going to get fouls, and they're pretty much they're in 1-1. They should be.
No, the Raptors are in 1-1. The Raptors have, well, you're right. They should be in 1-1.
Should be in 1-1.
They're over there conferring with the clock management folks.
So I think Timmy has a 1-1. Or maybe not. It goes to show how much we know, Michael Brown. I thought he was in the bonus. Okay, that was the 7th foul.
7 team fouls on the Raptors, 5 team fouls on Chesapeake. Now they're working it around. Getting the clock down to 17, 15. Ideally, you're not going to want to shoot until you get into the single digits. There's Vaughn from 3, and he gets it.
That's you know, and there's nothing wrong with doing that at any time of the game.
And a steal by Vaughn. Boy, he just picked the pocket of Duncan.
And now he goes to the corner, and he wants to kill some time like he should. But the ball movement was excellent. You eventually found a good shot.
And that's all right. As Igioma, they had it down into the single digits. .6:42 to go in the ball game as Jordan McCants checks in for Igioma.
Get another ball handler out there.
Duncan takes a seat for Chesapeake. He's replaced by number 5, Cameron Hall. So their most dynamic player has to get a little bit of a break. He did just have his pocket picked by D'Angelo Vaughn. That may be another reason for the little break as our buddy the Raptor comes on over. He's pecking away at you with his beak. I'm not getting into bird parts today. I learned my lesson the other night. As Romeo Jones
He's got a set of talons you wouldn't believe.
I'll tell you. And they are working the ball around the perimeter. Got the clock down to 15. Oh, there's a steal by Cameron Hall. He pushes it.
Jason Rogers,
his body, and he's fouled.
Unfortunately, they got Jason Rogers Paris in nice position, but the ball was at his knees. So the worst place you can give a 6'8" kid is the ball at his knees.
Yeah,
you know?
and he mishandled it and had it taken away by Cameron Hall. Monty Artis comes in for Chesapeake, replacing Romeo Jones. You know, I'm resisting the urge to break into some Shakespeare every time I call Romeo Jones's name. You know,
I was waiting for something to come.
Wherefore art thou?
Oh, Romeo.
And Cameron Hall completes the 3-point play. Almost a steal there. McCants all the way down to Kern for the easy 2.
Hey, you know, we talked about it the other night, but if you're going to get pressed, you can make the other team pay with easy buckets, and that's about as easy bucket Zach Kern's going to get.
Boy, that's for sure. And a great pass, full court pass from Jordan McCants. As Montgomery College holding a 16-point lead, Gaines is definitely going to be fouled there, and he'll go to the line. We're going to get a look at that. Boy, he was fouled all kinds of ways. He's 9th in Maryland JUCO in scoring, averaging 17.5 points a game, and he's 5th in Maryland JUCO in rebounding with 9.5 a game. So this is a guy I think you're going to see play at the 4-year level somewhere. His one Achilles heel, as we referenced earlier, is the foul shooting. He did miss his first shot.
Yeah, I think he can make a 4-year school roster at the small forward spot. He's 6'5". He's got nice reach, and he's very athletic.
Christian got the rebound off the second miss but they could not convert by Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines, Andre's probably going to want to forget about this one. I mean, he's played a good game. He's playing every minute, like you said. But he just can't put the ball down.
And he's got 13 points and 5 rebounds. And Zach Kern has just picked up his 5th foul, so he is out of the game. Shaking his head.
Yeah, we saw him pleading his case in the replay.
That never works, does it?
It doesn't. They can't take it back because you're a nice guy, or you tell them, no, I didn't really hit him. Oh, okay, we'll take it back.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
You can't unblow the whistle.
No, you can't.
So he checks out with 4 points. And Cameron Hall makes the rebound. So all of a sudden our lead is down to 13.
Weren't you supposed to say, don't look now? That's what I was about to say. Don't look now, but.
So all of a sudden, and I'm sure we're going to see the victory cigars stay in the pocket until the end of this one. Ooh, there was a nice blocking foul by
that was a nice look, and that was a nice idea by Timmy Christian to actually flash to half court and come and give help to Jordan McCants getting the ball in bounds. He really needed to make that play.
And a clear foul on Cameron Hall.
There's going to be space in a full court press. You just got to find the spaces.
Christian's first in and out, no good. Gaines with a nice rebound.
That is a rebound. That is a man's rebound right there.
Now let's see him work the clock, and that looks like what they're going to do.
Do they play 4 corners in Rockville?
This is the time to do it if you've got it. You're 13 up with 4:44 to go.
And D'Angelo puts his hand on his head saying, it's me, get out of my way.
Gioma, McCants, Gaines. Nice feed from McCants, who's really made some nice contributions today.
That was a beautiful look to Gaines. And nice hands by Andre to gather it and put it in.
15 points for Gaines. So, you know, we were talking about him not wanting to look at the box score of this game, but all of a sudden he's up to 15 points, 6 rebounds.
Well, he's certainly getting his opportunities.
And Gregory Brandon on the line for Chesapeake. And he'll be actually, they'll be in the double bonus from this point on, as there are 10 team fouls on Montgomery College. Both teams, and of course, Montgomery will be in the 1-and-1, as there are 7 team fouls on Chesapeake. Igioma to Gaines.
Igioma knew exactly where Andre Gaines was going to be, and he found him.
So Andre Gaines has quietly accumulated his scoring average. 3-pointer way off, no good. And let's see if Montgomery College works the clock here. No. And there's a rebound by Artis. It was a pretty good look, but again, oh, there's a hacking foul by Tim Christian. Got his money's worth on that foul.
You know, but there's really the trip down the court before. There was no reason for Tim Christian to take that shot.
No.
I'm sorry.
Chance, drives. And there's a miss. And Andre Gaines will go to the line.
Seems like the patience has left the Raptors. Sometimes you look up at the scoreboard and it's like, well, there's 3:29 left. We're up by 15, so I can go back to highlight reels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a feeling sometimes we are part of the reason that with a 15-point game and 3.5 minutes left, that the air doesn't come out of the ball, so to speak.
The TV cameras.
Because there's cameras here, and
boy, Gaines has just missed 4 straight foul shots.
It's easy for us to say have patience, you know, but these are 18, 19-year-old young men.
And there's a turnover, and so with 3:16. Montgomery College with a 15-point lead.
And you and I aren't making any YouTube highlights anytime soon.
No, we sure aren't. And now they're working the clock again. Shot clock down to 10. And Duncan fouls Igioma, put him on the line. Igioma is a 45.9% foul shooter. So he's struggled from the line this year as well. And he misses.
Well, Quentin Duncan knew what he was doing then.
2:46 to go. There's a steal by McCants, but he gives it right back. No good. That would have been a big 3.
And Igioma with another big rebound. He's not the biggest guy, but he's one of the most athletic. I mean, you can just look at him. He looks like he could play free safety right now.
He sure does.
Another big rebound for Sam Igioma. Another guy who does little things for the Raptors.
And he'll go to the line, and he'll be shooting the bonus. So he'll be shooting 2. Igioma has 2 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. So you're right about doing the little things.
That's a nice stat sheet right there.
And there's the second shot off, no good. Rebound to Artis.
And it doesn't look like there's a hot hand for the Skipjacks like there was Victor Blakey Jr.
No. There's McCants. And boy, he hit the deck hard.
You know, I think he was trying to do a 360 alley-oop to Andre here. I don't think he was trying to shoot that. He knew Andre was the trailer.
I think you might be right. I'm shaking my head, but I think you might be right.
To be young again.
Yeah. I couldn't do that when I was young. Yeah. So he makes his first. So Montgomery College with a 17-point lead now. Make that 18 as McCants makes them both. It's good. And it's beginning to look like Montgomery College is going to come out on top in this one. There's Duncan, no good. Duncan again. Ooh, violent collision in the lane. So we have a timeout on the floor with 1:58 to go. And Montgomery College holding a seemingly comfortable 16-point lead. 78-62. And Marcus, do we want to go out on a limb here at this point and name a player of the game?
Yes, we do. Because, and I'll tell you why, because the Raptors learned a huge lesson the other day, and that's they're not going to ever let that happen again, losing a 14-point lead. So it is, as you see on your screen, Mr. D'Angelo Vaughn, who had, at this point, has 22 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. He has had a heck of a game. He's had a very complete game. As you can see, streaking down the lane when the Skipjacks are forced to press, he's the fastest player in the court, and they've been finding him. And he's been open, and he's been hitting his open three-point shots.
He's done a great job today for Montgomery College. I really think he's been the difference maker for them. They've had great games from Tim Christian with 20 points. Andre Gaines quietly has come up with 17. They've gotten a nice contribution from Rogers Paris today, but D'Angelo Vaughn is definitely the player of the game. As Chesapeake hits a three-pointer there to make it 78-65.
But there's literally no way, if Montgomery College hits their free throws, there's no way that they can come back 13 points in this time if they hit their free throws. Because you're right now, for the Skipjacks, you're fouling every single play.
Yeah.
If you don't get an inbound steal, you foul.
Yeah. Every single play. And as quickly as you possibly can.
I'm sure glad our MCTV cameras don't catch us when we're dancing to blurred lines. That would be bad.
They definitely don't want to see me. We see some of the fans dancing, and they actually know how to dance. And we're having fun with some of the folks here. They're having a good time. It's been a fun day, despite the fact that the Montgomery College women lost in the opener. This has been a fun day here at Montgomery College. As the Raptors get ready to inbound the ball. 78-65 our score, a minute 46 left in the game. Sam Igioma inbounds it to McCants, who they call a blocking foul on number 12, Gregory Brandon, as he basically ran McCants out of bounds. Our ace statistician has finally identified the mystery of Quentin Duncan's socks. They are Larry Bird socks.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty nifty.
Oh, those are impressive.
Yeah, those are nifty. So number 4, Quentin Duncan sporting some Larry Bird socks. And we still haven't figured out what Romeo Jones is wearing. Maybe.
Actually, I think Romeo Jones, is it number 20 has the Larry Bird socks.
Okay.
So that's who that is. I could see it now. I could see Larry Bird from here.
Okay, there we go.
Folks, Larry Bird is in the gym.
Ah.
We do like birds in this gym, though.
We do. There's Duncan with the putback.
And he's got a great basketball name, Duncan.
Yeah. Quentin Duncan. (79-67). It's a little closer than I think Montgomery College would like. There's a long pass to Tim Christian.
Nice read by Andre Gaines. He saw Tim Christian sort of flash to the half-court line and then just take off like a wide receiver, and Andre Gaines could kind of read his body language exactly what he was going to do. Dangerous, but it got the job done.
Well, he led him like a quarterback would. and hit him in stride. And Christian hits the foul shot. Sam Igioma is going to take a seat, and in comes number 34, Will Jackson for Montgomery College.
Nice all-around game for Sam Igioma.
And Tim Christian makes both foul shots.
And that's what you
Christian
like.
has 22 points now.
That's what you like to see when you're holding on to a lead.
And there's a bucket for number 11, Timothy McNeil. A steal by Chesapeake. Getting a little crazy out there. There's Smith. Goes up with it. He must not have a three-point shot.
He should have taken that
because he
three.
was wide open from three.
Yeah, not that turn of events right there for Chesapeake was not the way you get back into the ball game because they didn't foul for one. He had an open three. He didn't take it.
And at 81-69, a three-point shot. All of a sudden, it makes things a little more interesting. Here's D'Angelo Vaughn at the line.
And you have an 84% foul shooter at the line.
The best foul shooter on the Raptors. And our player of the game, 23 points. Make that 24 as he sinks them both. And the Raptors going to put a little bit of pressure on just to work the clock a little more, make them work a little harder to get across the line. And there's a turnover for Chesapeake.
Well, D'Angelo Vaughn has proven that he's one of the best first-year players in all of Maryland JUCO.
Yeah, his numbers across the board. He fills up the stat sheet. Second in Maryland JUCO with 5.3 assists a game, 7th in steals with 1.9, and 12th in scoring with 16.3 points per game. Of course, he's gone over that today. There's a foul by Gaines. 43.6 seconds to go in the ball game. 83-69, Raptors on top. And it does look like they have this one in hand.
And it doesn't look like they're gonna let us out of here and go watch football very easy, are they?
No. No. Philip Smith.
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
That's a foul and a half.
And Quentin went over there to apologize to Jordan.
As he hit Jordan McCants hard. McCants hit the scoring table. Sounded like a bomb went off over there.
He made our PA announcer, Romy, jump out of his seat.
Romeo almost had company on his side of the table. As Jordan McCants, sophomore guard out of Sherwood High School.
At least Romy's microphone still works.
And that's a good thing. As McCants makes the first one. He's a business major at Montgomery College.
I think he missed that first free throw. And he missed the second free throw.
And he missed the second. 83-71. There's a long three from number 14, Philip Smith. I can't help but react to that.
Okay, so let's not fast forward. Let's rewind to Wednesday night, Hagerstown. It was 90-82
with 30
with
seconds to go in the game.
31.5 seconds left in the game. And there was 3.2 seconds left, and Hagerstown inbounds the ball to Victor Blakey Jr.
And that's what happened.
Although MC does have the ball right now, and the last time we were sort of in this spot at 31.5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, Hagerstown had the ball. So the odds, okay, I'm not even going to talk about it. There are no odds. This is going to be a Montgomery College victory. They're 33 seconds away. Okay, how's that sound?
It sounds good to me, and I'll tell you what, I think it sounds good to the Raptors.
From you. and I got nothing.
Well, I had to consider my answer.
You could pull my plug.
For once in my life, I had to consider my answer. There are some in the truck, like Francine Wyron, who think I don't have an off switch.
There was 31.5 the other night.
So we are at 33.5 now.
33.5. A&MC has the ball, meaning as soon as they inbounds the ball, barring a steal, they're going to get fouled.
Right, or they
Again,
should.
Everybody's got to hit their foul shots. And you want the ball in number one's hands. Let them foul you in there.
And they force to travel.
Or get a turnover.
So that was a costly turnover. About 4 seconds ran off the clock. We're at 29-5.
If they hit a quick three here, Michael, I'm taking the headset off.
They did not. And battle for the rebound. It will stay at the. So you can keep that headset on, my friend.
I'll keep it on. All right, we're in better waters right now.
We are. All right, Smith with the three, off the mark, no good. Duncan with the rebound, gets it out to Brandon. He missed it, and now they should just eat that ball and just. Yeah. 8.1 seconds, and that should do it, folks.
But again, they don't have a shot maker like we saw the other night.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. Yeah, the other night, Victor Blakey Jr. was just absolutely on fire. He scored 10 out of their last 12 points.
But regardless, MC, it's obvious MC understands what happened the other night, as well they should.
Yeah.
That's a lesson learned. Whether you like it or not, it's a lesson.
It's a tough lesson, but let's hope they continue to learn from that lesson.
Yeah, right. Why
as the season progresses?
Who's to say they're not better for it? I mean, you're never better for losing, but you can take the lessons.
Yeah.
And listen, this is the second straight team that they were better than. I thought they were better than Hagerstown. I don't know if they were better than Victor Blakey Jr., but I think they're a better ball team than Hagerstown was.
I agree with you.
And they obviously proved that they are over Chesapeake today.
And that is the end of the ball game. And our final score, the Montgomery College Raptors 84 and the Chesapeake Skipjacks 74. So Montgomery College staves them off at the end of the game. We thank goodness for everybody on the Montgomery College team. There was no repeat of what happened on Wednesday night. So a good, solid ball game for Montgomery College. I think we saw a lot of positives come out of this game for them. And once again, we want to remind you that our player of the game was D'Angelo Vaughn, as he scored 24 points. Tim Christian 22, Andre Gaines 18, as they led the Raptors to an 84-74 victory. So for Marcus Rosano and for all the hard-working members of the MCTV production crew, we want to thank you so much for watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.